History was made while the world was sleeping. At 12:30 a.m., gold shattered the glass ceiling, vaulting to an all-time high of $5,311 an ounce. We're seeing a global shift to the safety of gold. Silver been running too. Copper been running too. We do got some earnings that came out pre-market, and we have some earnings that came out yesterday after market close. We'll get to that soon. We do have the Fed speaking at 11 a.m. with the decision on interest rates. Most likely rates are not going to get cut, but tune in. I'll look up the news for you. I'll bring up the charts for you. Just relax. I got you. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable, I am skilled, I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. So let's check out some of yesterday's earnings. Yesterday we had Texas Instruments. They had earnings, and let's see what happened, y'all. They missed on the top and bottom, but it looks like it ran. Looks like it ran because this was the close, 196. In the pre-market, we got 207. So they missed, but it still ran anyway. All right, let's check out Seagate. Seagate yesterday, they beat, a nice beat on earnings, almost 10%. And it's up. Good morning, Cuzzo. Let's get to these numbers. Let's get to this paper. $1 trillion tickers, we here. All right, and then pre-market, we had ASML. ASML, let's see. On earnings, looks like they missed on earnings, but they beat on revenue. But we up. It's up crazy. It's up at an all-time high right now. In the pre-market, I think it's up like 5% in the pre-market. Let's see, GE Vernova. They also had earnings this morning in the pre-market. We'll have to get back to GE Vernova because it is not printed on TradingView. AT&T looks like they beat by 12% on the top. And they also beat on revenue. But it looks like it's going down in the pre-market. So AT&T did not benefit from that, y'all. All right, Corning's. Remember they had gapped up crazy. Let's see, they beat on the top and bottom. And yeah, they still at all-time highs. Starbucks. Let's see. Starbucks missed on earnings by 4%. They did beat on revenue. Let's see where they at. Oh, it's up though. It's up in the pre-market. It's up a few dollars in the pre-market. All right, let's get to our $1 trillion tickers. Let's see. Oh, let's get to the Robert Greene law. For today, January 28th, the Robert Greene Law, the Daily Laws book. See your career as a journey, not a straight, efficient line. Be patient while waiting for the opportunity that best fits you. Seize it when it crosses your path. What skill can you improve that will eventually lead to your independence? Green explains that we are often taught to pick a safe path and stay on it. We look for a straight line to success, but the people who achieve mastery usually go through a winding experimental phase called the apprenticeship. During this time, you might jump between different jobs or skills. To the outside world, it looks like you're lost, but in reality, you are excavating your life's task. Every detour is actually a data point that helps you find the one thing you were born to do. Shout out Robert Greene for that. All right, let's check out our $1 trillion ticker market caps. Starting out with NVIDIA, the most valuable company in the world, valued at $4.58 trillion, followed by Google, $4.04 trillion, Apple, $3.81 trillion, Microsoft, $3.5 trillion, Amazon, $2.61 trillion, TSM, $1.75 trillion, Meta, $1.69 trillion, AVGO, $1.57 trillion, Tesla, $1.43 trillion, and Berkshire.B, $1.02 trillion, y'all. All right, let's check out these pre-market levels. Pre-market low, $190.81. Pre-market high, $192.67. Google, pre-market low, $335.19. Pre-market high, $337.23. Apple, pre-market low, $255.89. Pre-market high, $258.96. Microsoft, pre-market low, $480.92. Pre-market high, $482.92. Amazon, pre-market low, $244.63. Pre-market high, $246.74. TSM, pre-market low, $343.55. Pre-market high, $347.21. AVGO, pre-market low, $355.71. Pre-market high, $338.98. Meta, pre-market low, $668.35. Pre-market high, $675.23. Tesla, pre-market low, $430.98. Pre-market high, $434.73. Berkshire.B, pre-market low, $472. Pre-market high, $475.58. The VIX is at 1645. SPY, pre-market low, 696.56. Pre-market high, 698.35. QQQ, pre-market low, 635.01. Pre-market high, 637.29. Dow Jones ETF, pre-market low, 489.43. Pre-market high, 490.41. SPX, pre-market low, 6,988. And yesterday, we hit 7,000 for the first time, y'all, on SPX. It was while the market was closed. Hopefully we'll hit it while the market is open. But yes, it's a historic day for the market, y'all. All right. NASDAQ 100, pre-market low, 26,095. Pre-market high, 26,198. The Dow Jones, pre-market low, 48,928. Pre-market high, 49,053. The gold mini is at 104.16 in the pre-market. And gold hit an all-time high, $5,311 per ounce. Bitcoin, 89,000 $875 right now. It's still in this consolidation zone, but gold has been going crazy. All right, let's check out some news. Palantir has developed a tool called Elite that ingests data from Medicaids and other government databases to deliver dossiers and leads on people ICE believes may be deportable. So Palantir is working with ICE. All right, this next piece of news comes from our brother 19 Keys. He says Black Panthers weren't a threat because of guns. They were killed for organizing. The guns and aesthetic gets copied, but their true power was infrastructure. They were targeted because they built a parallel system with real capacity. Over 70 community survival programs operating simultaneously. Dozens of disciplined chapters across major U.S. cities and internationally. Free breakfast programs for children, feeding tens of thousands weekly. And that was copied by the government. Free health clinics offering testing, treatment, and preventative care. Sickle cell anemia screening programs when the state ignored it. Liberation schools and political education classes. Newspapers with national circulation controlling the narrative and messaging. It's a lot more to name, but the market is about to open. I just wanted to shout out 19 Keys for that. Salute 19 Keys. Definitely check out the high level conversations. He'll be dropping a lot of game on there, y'all. All right. 6:30 market open. Let's get into it, y'all. 6:30 a.m. The market is open. January 28th. California. We up early. Let's get it. NVIDIA. This thing is up over 1.25% at 191.08. Google is up fractionally at 335.09. Apple is barely under. Apple, all right, just turned green, 258. Microsoft is up 0.25% at 482. Amazon is up 0.75% at 246. TSM is up over 0.5% at 340.51. AVGO is up 1.5% at 337. Meta is barely under break even at 672. Tesla is up over 0.5% at 433.82. Berkshire.B is down 0.25% at 474. The VIX is at 1636. SPY is up all-time highs right now. Let me move this all-time high up. SPY's at all-time highs, y'all. SPY's at all-time highs. Let's go. 697.55. QQQ is up. QQQ hit an all-time high. Let's go. Let me see. QQQ is at 635.59. Dow Jones Industrial ETF is up fractionally, almost 0.25% at 491.16. SPX is up 0.25% at 6,999. Y'all, it's almost at 7,000 while the market is open. We're definitely gonna hit it today. We should. We can keep this up. All right, NAS 100. It's up over 0.5% at 26,122. And the Dow Jones is up 0.25% at 49,100, y'all. And the gold mini is at 104.06. The current gold price per ounce, $5,255, y'all. And Bitcoin, 89,957. Let me check on QQQI right quick, y'all. All right. We gaining ground. I need this thing at 55 so I can sell it. Hopefully, the market run. Today, we going to get there. You know, I've been holding this since December. But I got 2 dividends, so it's good. I ain't gonna trip. All right, this next piece of news comes from Amazon. Amazon has announced it is closing Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh stores. It is closing all those stores, and it will work on the expansion of Whole Food stores. You will not be able to scan your palm for the mark of the beast to buy groceries out of Amazon stores anymore, y'all. Maybe they'll implement it in Whole Foods. I'm not sure. All right. This next piece of news comes from Trump. President Trump said, I'm hearing that the great country of Iraq might make a bad choice, a very bad choice, by reinstalling Nouri al-Maliki as prime minister. Last time Maliki was in power, the country descended into poverty and total chaos. That should not be allowed to happen again. Because of his insane policies and ideologies, if elected, the United States will no longer help Iraq. And if we're not there to help, Iraq has zero chance of success, prosperity, or freedom. Make Iraq great again. I find it interesting that he said that, because I'm sure a lot of people in America is talking about Trump's insane policies and ideologies. All right, next. Oh, back on the Amazon thing. So Amazon is going to open 100 more Whole Food stores to replace their Amazon Go stores. All right. So I thought this was wonderful news. This is from Forbes. So Kabi Lime, that's that brother, that African brother that he did all the videos when he was making fun of people not using common sense, but he didn't talk on it. That was like his stick, his niche, where he didn't talk in the videos. He just did like different hand movements. Like, is this person retarded? Why is they doing it like that? They should just do it like this. Well, he actually sold his company in a deal worth $975 million, y'all. Salute to that brother, man. Salute to that brother, man. $975 million. I didn't even know he was getting to the bag like that. Goodness. I thought he was just, you know what I mean? He didn't have no, I thought he didn't have no plan for his viral going moments. But shit, he had me fooled. I'm sure he had a lot of people fooled, because that brother just signed a deal for $975 million. Hey, salute to that brother. He from Senegal, and he moved to Italy, and he gained fame in 2020. And 6 years later, he sold his company for $975 million. Damn. Salute. He said, I ain't gonna talk about it, I'm gonna be about it. Damn. And he literally did not talk in his videos. Alright, next piece of news comes from Unusual Whales. Samsung Galaxy Z trifold phone is going to launch in the United States in 2 days. That's January 30th, and it's going to cost $2,900. $2,900 for a phone. Are these people insane? I don't know anybody that's going to spend $2,900 on a phone. It's like having a big ass iPad in your pocket that you can fold up and fit inside your pocket. You take it out and it's a big ass iPad, which is dope in theory, but I want to see some people go ahead and buy it. It actually seems like it'll be hard to fit in your pocket. Like, it's not gonna fit. The whole thing's not gonna fit in your pocket. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be funny as hell. It's gonna be hella people making videos trying to put it in their pocket and do regular shit. Man, maybe I should buy one and do some of them videos and go viral and then send that shit back after a week of filming. You know what I mean? Get that bread right quick. All right, this next clip comes from I Show Speed, the most famous streamer in the world. This young brother right here, I Show Speed, he actually went to Africa and he took his DNA test.
So my test results right here. Ancestor test results. 100% African.
Salute this young brother, man. I Show Speed, man. #1 streamer in the world. I think he got 50 million people on his Twitch account, which is phenomenal. He's making millions a month, y'all. Salute to I Show Speed, man. Young brother traveling the world, showing Black Americans a different side of Africa. He went to 20 different countries, y'all. Salute to that young brother right there. All right, this next piece of news comes from Bernie Sanders on Twitter. He said, thanks to Trump, right-wing billionaire Larry Ellison will now control the TikTok algorithm, along with CBS, MTV, The Free Press, BET, CMT, Simon & Schuster, Nickelodeon, Paramount Plus, Pluto TV, and more. This is what oligarchy looks like. Damn, I didn't know he controlled BET too. I mean, I knew it wasn't black owned, but I didn't know Larry Ellison was the one that owned it. Man, we ain't got shit. Man, we need our own. And we don't even own Tubi. Niggas putting out black content on Tubi, we don't even own that shit. I think Fox owns that shit. Man, we need our own. Need our own media, y'all. Anyway, all right. I thought this was very interesting. So it was this Nigerian man who received a mistaken transfer of $1 million US into his bank in 2023, and the judge offered him a choice. You could either spend 1 year in prison and not have to repay the money, or you could repay the money. So this brother chose 1 year in prison, and he kept the money. He said, I'm gonna do this time and I'm gonna keep this bread. I'm gonna be down for 1 year, and when I get out, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Man, I think I do the same thing, for real. $1 million? All I gotta do is 1 year? Off a mistake? A mistake from the bank? Man, I think I'd do it. Because once I get out, I'll be retired. I know what to do with that bread. Shit. Alright, so this was the Central Bank of Nigeria. They actually had 500 incidents in 2023 of mistakes like this. Most were resolved quietly, and they just gave the money back. But this brother said, nah, I'm keeping that shit. Y'all fucked up. Salute to that brother there, man. Alright. Next piece of news. Bank of America lowered its price target on Amazon to $286, down from $303, while maintaining its buy rating. And Stiefel today raised its price target on Amazon to $300 from $295. So either way, Amazon's current price is $245. So it's still upside either way, y'all. All right. I thought this was interesting. It says Yale will go to tuition free for families making up to $200,000 a year. So you telling me that I could go to Yale for free? Because I don't make no $200,000 a year. You telling me I could go to Yale for free? You telling all the young black high school students that they could go to Yale for free next year? Look it up, y'all. Look it up. That's a prestigious one. All right, let's check out some ETFs, see where money is flowing into, where money is flowing out of. I mean, not ETFs, but sectors. Let's check out the sectors, y'all. XLK, our technology sector, is up over 1% at 149.79. XLY, consumer discretionary, is up over 0.25% at 123.14. XLC is up over 0.25%. This is our communication sector at 117.29. XLF, our financial sector, is down 0.25% at 52.87. XLV, our healthcare sector, is down 0.5% at 154.67. XLP, consumer staples, is down fractionally at $83. XLE is up almost 0.75%, and it actually hit all-time highs today. Shout out XLE for hitting all-time highs at $50.03. XLU barely over break even at 43.46. XLI is down over 0.25% at 164.50. This is our industrials. And XLU is utilities. XLB, this is our material sector, is up almost 0.25% at $50.08. And XLRE, our real estate sector ETF, is up fractionally at $41.32. Let's check out the Fear and Greed Index. The Fear and Greed Index is at 65. We back in green heavy. Greed heavy. We back in greed heavy. We are in the middle of the green module, y'all. We are in the middle of greed. We are headed toward extreme greed, as we should be, because we hitting all-time highs on the spot. You know what I mean? All right, let's check out the next piece of news. Comes from SoftBank is in talks to invest an additional $30 billion into OpenAI. The ChatGPT maker is seeking up to $100 billion in new capital from investors in a round that could value it at as much as $830 billion, per the Wall Street Journal. Players are backing out of deals at the fastest pace in nearly a decade, with over 40,000 contracts canceled in December. Oh, what's up, Cuzzo, and YouTube Live? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, jail in Africa. Well, I don't know if jail in Africa is worse, because at least all the guards is black. All the guards is African. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna be on no racist shit. You know what I mean? But as far as the upkeep of the jails, I don't know. I think, shit, you ain't gotta worry about no race riots. You know what I mean? Everybody African. Shit. But I don't know. But we gotta get that bread. That's $1 million, bro. That's $1 million. I'm retired. After that. Alright, this next piece of news comes from Southwest. Southwest Airlines has officially ended its practice of open seating in favor for assigned seats for all customers. Shout out Southwest, y'all. Southwest getting to that money. Southwest. I heard Southwest, with all these changes with the bag fees and stuff, they're about to make $1.5 billion in the first 12 months of all these changes, y'all. $1.5 billion. Shout out Southwest. All right, next piece of news comes from Dan Ives. Big focus on the Tesla call will be about the robotaxi rollout. Musk is now driving Tesla into its next stage of growth as a wartime CEO, and we expect robotaxis to be rolled out to over 30 U.S. cities in 2026. We believe the most important chapter in Tesla's growth story is now beginning. He said he's going to get the popcorn and watch, y'all. All right. More news from Trump, man. Trump talking about Iran, and here we go. So this is what Trump said. A massive armada is heading to Iran. It is moving quickly with great power, enthusiasm, and purpose. It is a larger fleet headed by the great American aircraft carrier Abraham Lincoln than that sent to Venezuela. Like with Venezuela, it is ready, willing, and able to rapidly fulfill its mission with speed and violence if necessary. Hopefully, Iran will quickly come to the table and negotiate a fair and equitable deal. No nuclear weapons. That one is good for all parties. Time is running out, and it is truly of the essence. As I told Iran once before, make a deal. They didn't. And there was Operation Midnight Hammer, a major destruction of Iran. The next attack will be far worse. Don't make it happen again. Thank you for your attention on this matter, President Trump. Man, how you gonna say they can't have no nuclear weapons, but America, we can have as many as we want? Shit. All right, next. This is from Kramer. He said, get ready to add billions to NVIDIA's projections from China. Alibaba, Tencent, and ByteDance. They're going to be buying a whole lot of H200 chips, y'all. All right. Next piece of news comes from Reuters Business on Twitter. It's a quick 1-minute clip. I'm going to let it play, y'all.
The AI boom showed no signs of slowing down for majors ASML and SK Hynix on Wednesday. ASML logged record orders in the fourth quarter, and the top computer chip equipment maker raised its outlook for the year as demand surged from its AI-focused customers. Fourth quarter bookings led to a record $15.8 billion, well up from a year before and far ahead of analyst expectations. The firm also raised its sales guidance to between $46.8 billion to a near $54 billion, again ahead of analyst projections. Shares were up more than 4% in early trade. The stock is up close to 40% this year so far. The orders beat comes as ASML customers like Samsung and SK Hynix boost investment plans. Those firms have seen major demand for AI logic and memory chips needed by cloud computing giants like Microsoft and Google. South Korea's SK Hynix also reported record quarterly earnings Wednesday amid the AI boom. It smashed forecasts with a profit more than double its previous record. It also predicted AI demand would keep pushing explosive growth in memory chip orders.
Yeah, memory chips been running. All the memory stocks been going crazy. Man, ridiculous. What do you say? Who we up? How much this year so far? It's only January. How they up that much? Damn. All right. Let's see what else we got. Let's check out a heat map. Let's see where money is flowing into, y'all. So on the heat map, if it's gray, that means it's between down 0.5% and down and up 0.5%. Dark green between up 0.5% and up to 1.5%. Medium green is up 1.5% to 2.5%, and light green is up more than 2.5%. Dark red is down between 0.5% and 1.5%. Medium red is down between 1.5% and 2.5%, and bright red is down over 2.5%. All right, so NVIDIA is up 1.8%. Apple's down over 0.5%. I see a lot of red in healthcare. Y'all. All right. I see a lot of gray too. A lot of gray in utilities. I see a lot of gray in consumer non-durables. Yeah, let's see. The best sector right now is technology, and the worst sector is healthcare. All right, let's check out some other ETFs that we like to look at on the show. IWM. This is the Russell 2000. It is barely over break even at 264.95. SPYM. It's hit an all-time high. Let me go ahead and move that up there. Shout out SPYM hitting all-time high. That all-time high is at $82, the current price is $82.09. QQQM is very close to hitting all-time high. It's about 20 cents away. QQQM is up almost 1% at 262. SPYG is up over 0.25% at 109.06. SOXQ hit an all-time high today. Shout out SOXQ for an all-time high. Current price $65.32. TQQQ is up over almost 2.5% at 57.90. SOXL is up 7.5%, y'all. And semis is running, y'all. Semis is running. It's now at 69.90. SOXX is up 2.5% at 630.15. SMH is up 2.25% at 416.73. XLG is up almost 0.5% at 59.48. The Ives 30, Dan Ives and Webbush, the AI Revolution ETF is up 1.5% at 33.84. SPYI is up fractionally at 52.97. QQQI is up 0.5% at 54.66, y'all. We might get there today. If we could get a good earnings beat tomorrow, after market close, because, we got the big dogs. After market close, Microsoft, Meta, Tesla, and we got some little dogs too. Lam Research, ServiceNow, Waste Management. Oh yeah, it's going down. It's going down after market close, y'all. Plus, we got the Fed chair speaking at 11 a.m., y'all. We got the Fed chair, Jerome Powell. He's going to be speaking at 11 a.m. Well, he's going to announce the rate cut at 11 a.m., but then the press conference actually starts at 11:30. So we'll definitely tune in for that, see what's going on. All right, next piece of news comes from Market Watch. Amazon will be cutting 16,000 jobs as the tech company lays off this new wave of employees. Damn. That's cold-blooded, man. They usually make stocks run up, though. Let me see. Yeah, it's up. It's up over 1% today on that news. All right. Next piece of news comes from Reuters Business. The European Union and Vietnam want to boost trade and investment in critical materials, semiconductors, and infrastructure, according to a draft joint statement seen by Reuters that is set to be adopted as the two sides upgrade diplomatic relations. All right. Another piece of news from Reuters. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman told employees in an internal message that ICE is going too far with this immigration crackdown, becoming the latest corporate executive to voice concerns about heavy enforcement actions in Minnesota. More job cuts, y'all. The Financial Times reported that UPS is going to cut up to 30,000 jobs and close facilities as Amazon shipments drop, y'all. Damn, 30,000. That's cold-blooded, man. All right, next piece of news comes from Unusual Whales. Sony has patented an AI gaming ghost that will play PlayStation games for you when you get stuck, y'all. So they said they need to come out with an AI to help you when you can't pass a level on a video game, y'all. But you know what? It ain't gonna be free. They gonna charge for it. And they gonna make some bread off that. So salute to them, y'all. Salute to everybody that's finna pay AI to play the game for them when they can't pass the level. Alright, next piece of news comes from ASML. Yeah, that was going crazy too. Let me pull up ASML on the chart. Oh, that thing sold off all the gains, y'all. So it had gapped up in the pre-market, and then it had went to an all-time high in the pre-market. But this thing been falling, man. It's been selling off. Ever since market opened, it's been selling off. It opened at almost 1,500, and now it's at 1441, y'all. This thing is selling off a little bit. I guess they taking profits. That thing opened up at an all-time high, and people are taking profits, which is reasonable. You've been holding it. I don't know how long you've been holding it, but sure, you hit all-time highs. That's the best time to take profits, is at all-time highs. For real. Don't sell it in the red. All right, next. This comes from Market Watch. Deutsche Bank shares fall amid reports of a money laundering raid, y'all. They is straight money laundering at Deutsche Bank, y'all. And they shares fell off that news, as they should. All right, this next piece of news comes about Eli Lilly. They have signed a deal worth more than $1.1 billion with German biotech Seamless Therapeutics, GmbH, to develop gene therapies for hearing loss. Yeah, Eli Lilly, man, that's the number one pharmaceutical company, y'all. This thing be running crazy. It be hella volatile too, though. But yeah, this thing is over $1,000 now. Look, it was damn near at 1,100 a couple days ago. Oh, it was actually. This thing hit $1,133 last week. I mean, it has since pulled back, but yeah, Lilly been going crazy, man. That's the number one in the industry. All right, this next piece of news comes from Business Insider. CEO of Anduril, Palmer Luckey. You know, this is a defense startup. It is known for its creative recruitment schemes. It is now launching a race for all ages. It's called the AI Grand Prix. A global drone racing competition where participants code autonomous systems to navigate high-speed courses. And the winners get $500,000 plus a job, y'all. Man, that's like a signing bonus. You let me get $500,000 signing bonus plus a job? Man, salute to that, bro. Salute to that. The event targets top engineers worldwide by turning recruitment into a gamified challenge, open to all ages and nationalities, up to 8 teams, starting with virtual rounds in April of this year. And it'll happen in November of this year at Andurill's AI factory in Ohio. All right, next. General Motors generated $2 billion in software and subscription sales in the past 3 quarters and expects billions more this year. Who knew General Motors was in the software game getting paper from software subscriptions? I didn't even know they had tech in their cars like that. I thought Tesla was the king of car software. But shout out General Motors, y'all. All right, let me run these numbers. I'm gonna run the other numbers too that we didn't check earlier. All right, the 10-year Treasury note is at 4.26. SPX, it's up almost 0.25% at 6,933. The NASDAQ 100 is up over 0.5% at 26,126. The VIX is up a little bit at 1658. SPY is up at 696.95. QQQ is up 635.42. Apple is down 1% at 255.55. AVGO is down almost 1%. Looks like it's headed back into the gap, y'all, at 330. Amazon is up over 1% at 247.51. Google is up over 0.5% at 336.63. Meta is up over 0.5% at 677.50. Meta's looking real good, y'all. Meta is looking real good. Hopefully, we can have a nice earnings on Meta, and we can continue this uptrend, because this thing been running. Look, since January 21st, 1 week ago, this thing was at 598, and now it's at 677, y'all. And it broke my weekly resistance level, and it broke my diagonal resistance trend line. So if we can turn this into support, we can be headed right back into this gap. Actually, since they have earnings after market close, if earnings go good on the top and bottom and guidance goes good, this will definitely be opening up in the gap tomorrow, y'all. Microsoft is barely under break even at 480.34. NVIDIA is up over 1.5% at 191.63. Tesla is up over 1.25% at 436.51. AMD is up almost 1% at 254.10. Bitcoin is at 89,600. IBIT is up over 0.25% at $50.77. Ethereum's back over 3,000 barely. It's at 3,007, y'all. BMNR is up 2% at 29.94. Palantir is down 1.5% at 163.14. Robinhood is up 0.5% at 105.84. Grab is down 1.5% almost at 463. And XLG is up over 0.25% at 59.43. All right. I think we had a couple IG posts to share. Let's check it out.
You're more blessed than you think. Sometimes you just struggle to realize how much is in front of you because you're constantly thinking about what you have to obtain. The rich person is not the one who has a lot, but the one that has enough. So you should seek to have enough, inshallah.
Yes, sir. All right, let's check out IShowSpeed, y'all.
It's been amazing, bro. On every end, bro. I'm so glad I went to Africa, chat. I'm so glad that I decided to come here and experience it for myself. To be honest, chat, this tour changed my life, bro. This tour changed my life for the better. Seriously. This tour set open my eyes, you know, and it really it sparked up something deep within me. Very deep, you know, like something from the root of me. It kind of like talked to me in terms of like I can do this. Obviously, like I've been already doing it, but I can do this. It's more personal, you know? And to come back to the motherland and to stream it all, stream 20 countries in 28 days, this what's that word called? Miraculous? What's that word called? Miraculous? Right? No, I'm thinking of another word. It's miraculous though.
It's miraculous, y'all. It's miraculous. Shout out IShowSpeed, man. #1 streamer in the world, y'all. This next post comes from 19 Keys.
We make Louis V hot. We make the Gucci's hot. Everything that people want to buy is because Black Americans put it on. We put it on our music, our language, our way we walk, talk, movies, etc. Then they exported that to the rest of the world. They said, oh, I want that. You didn't do it because the European war. You didn't do it because that Black American war. And so now we are at this point in our time to say we don't want to be used anymore. We want to use ourselves. Why should I create a brand for you? You give me a contract for pennies while you make billions. Bernard Arnault is one of the richest men in the world because you got a Gucci man whose name himself after Gucci. You understand me? But he has no equity in Gucci, right? We have a Dapper Dan who literally transformed Louis Vuitton into a luxury brand that has streetwear and culture embedded into it. But he has no equity in Louis, right? And so we export the brand that is worth billions, and collectively it's hard to even fathom how much our influence and culture is worth. $7 trillion export.
Check out 19 Keys High Level Conversations, y'all. Major game on there. You know how we like to end the show, y'all? Nipsey Hussle, the legend. Why this thing messing up? Come on now, YouTube. IG. Alright, let me just find it right quick. Excuse me, technical difficulties. Here it is.
It don't happen overnight, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really frustrating, and it's gonna be moments when it's really, really inspiring and empowering. And if you get too high off the highs and too low off the lows, you're gonna take yourself on a ride that's very uncomfortable. I think it's just about being committed to the work, appreciating it, when it's good, and not stressing too bad when it's bad. Just appreciating the work and staying focused on showing up every day. It don't happen.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Shout out to everybody on YouTube Live and Facebook Live, y'all. Hope y'all found this show informative and entertaining a little bit. Yeah, but we back every morning streaming live. And it's going to be big this afternoon as far as these $1 trillion tickers having earnings, and we got the Fed speaking at 11:30. Got the rate cut announcement at 11. Definitely got to tune in. Appreciate y'all tuning in to the show $1 Trillion Tickers. I am your host, Matt Riches, and we'll be back tomorrow. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.